Envy Novels presents Whispers of Magic. Pulled away from the peaceful ghost world by a rather unfortunate spell, I found myself bound to this magical world. Now I witness the enchanting and chaotic escapades of a wizard who always keeps things interesting. Tired of boring podcasts and craving for sound adventures, laughter, and a dash of chaos? Sit back, relax, and let the magic of 3D audio surround you. Now put on your headphones and dive into the immersive world of Whispers of Magic. But remember, everything here is purely fictional. Welcome, dear listeners, to Whispers of Magic. Hidden away in an ancient forest, this cozy space is home to a rather interesting wizard. Today, it seems the workshop has taken on a life of its own, quite literally, as everything appears to be floating. But first, a question. What in the world is bubbling away on that stove? It looks like glowing green soup with glittering chunks. Charming.
Nothing like a good lunch. Stardust carrots, enchanted onions, and just a touch of moon salt. Perfection.
That's lunch? Are you sure it's not another one of your experiments?
Of course it's lunch. I think.
A loud knock at the door interrupts him, followed by an impatient voice.
Wizard, open up this instant. I demand your assistance.
Miss Lavender, what a surprise. What brings you to my humble workshop today?
I have a very important engagement tomorrow, and I must feel lighter, physically and emotionally. Do your magic, or I'll find someone who can.
Of course, because there's nothing more urgent than a social crisis. Fine. I'll see what I can do.
See you tomorrow, and tidy up this place. It smells fishy.
And so the wizard is once again at the mercy of his most demanding client. Miss Lavender, of course, isn't just any client. No, she's a figure of prestige, the sort whose whims can either elevate your reputation or bury it under a pile of disapproving glances at the next magical gala. The wizard, naturally, would rather endure her dramatics than risk becoming the subject of gossip in enchanted circles.
Let's consult the spell book. Featherlight Charm. Here it is. A gentle mist to lighten the spirit and the body. Perfect for someone like her.
The wizard begins gathering ingredients. Jars clink, a feather flutters, and the cauldron starts to hum softly.
Feather of a cloud owl, harvested under a full moon, of course. Moonlit dew for soothing effects. And essence of laughter, because who doesn't like a good giggle?
Yes, the moonlit touch. No spell or stew is complete without it in this workshop. The cauldron begins to bubble violently as the mist rises, glowing faintly in the air.
Perfect. A flawless Featherlight Charm. Miss Lavender will be floating in no time.
A breeze blossom petal slips unnoticed from the workbench into the cauldron, causing a bright flash. The cauldron bubbles violently and a faint glowing mist begins to rise from its surface.
There we go. A perfectly crafted Featherlight Charm. Just a touch of this mist, and Miss Lavender will feel as light as a cloud.
Yes, perfectly crafted. Except for the breeze blossom petal that just slipped off the edge of the workbench into the cauldron.
What do you mean? Don't confuse me with your silly jokes.
But
Seems a bit more vibrant than usual. Must be my excellent stirring technique.
the mist begins spreading rapidly, filling the room with a glowing haze. A chair lifts an inch off the ground, wobbling uncertainly.
All right, maybe I overdid it just a little, but it's still under control.
Under control, he says, as his furniture begins to float like leaves on the breeze.
Oh, for crying out loud. Get back down here, you ridiculous stool.
More furniture begins to lift off the floor. A stool, a table, and even a pile of spellbooks float gently into the air.
No. This is not part of the plan. Furniture stays grounded. That's a rule.
A rule that the mist seems all too happy to ignore. The workshop is quickly transforming into a whimsical airborne chaos. The cauldron itself starts to lift, its bubbling contents sloshing precariously.
Oh, no, you don't. You're staying right here.
The cauldron pulls him a few inches off the ground before he lets go with a yelp. But the wizard doesn't fall down.
What? No.
He's also grabbed by the mist.
Help. Let go.
And there he goes, our mighty wizard, gently floating like a very annoyed balloon. The mist spreads further, lifting smaller objects, quills, a jar of ink, even the wizard's hat floats lazily overhead.
Oh, no, you don't. Get back here. You're my hat, not some decorative cloud.
Truly a masterclass in magical precision. One can only wonder what Miss Lavender would think of this lighter look. A loud clatter as a floating book collides with a shelf, sending a cascade of scrolls into the air.
All right, enough is enough. Time to ground this disaster before I end up on the roof.
The wizard steadies himself, holding his hands aloft as he begins the incantation.
By roots below and earth's embrace, restore the weight and end this race. Let chaos halt, let balance grow, and guide these objects back below.
A deep hum resonates, but the mist doesn't dissipate. Instead, it continues swirling playfully around the room.
By roots below? Wait, why isn't this working?
Perhaps because the roots below are floating. Just a thought. And also because I think I just inhaled half the mist. The mist forms into a faintly glowing, swirling shape and begins to laugh, a light, airy sound that fills the room.
Oh, little wizard, so eager, so predictable. Did you think a simple spell could get rid of me? How quaint.
What in the name of the whispering cauldron? You can talk?
Of course I can talk. I am the Featherlight Mist, your own masterpiece. And let me assure you, I'm not leaving so easily.
Masterpiece? It's a choking hazard with a personality. What a triumph.
All right, fine. If you're so clever, what do you want? I can't have my entire workshop floating like an enchanted carnival.
Oh, I don't want much, just to linger for a while. Is that so unreasonable?
Yes, quite unreasonable. Also, could someone please open a window? A stool floats by, bumping gently into the wizard's arm as the mist dances around him.
Oh, gee. Linger? You're wrecking my workshop. This is not part of the plan.
Plans are so heavy. Why not just float through life for a change? You might enjoy it.
The pots on the stove start to wobble.
Not the stew. That's my lunch, you meddlesome cloud.
Ah yes, the real tragedy here. Not the furniture, not the floating hat, but the soup.
Oh, don't worry, little wizard. Your precious stew is safe, for now.
A quill spins lazily in the air, drifting just out of reach.
All right, that's it. If you're going to ruin everything, at least ruin it with purpose. What do you want from me?
What do I want? I want you to let go, wizard. Let yourself float for a moment. Shed your worries and join me in the lightness of being.
Float? I'm a wizard, not a cloud, and I have far too much to do to... Ouch. Drift aimlessly around my own workshop.
Ah yes, the wizard, champion of productivity, forever burdened by his unique priorities. But perhaps this mist has a point? The mist swirls faster and more objects begin to lift. Books, jars, even the broom wobbles into the air. A loud knock at the door interrupts the chaos as the mist swirls and objects continue to float aimlessly through the air.
Wizard, open up this instant. I forgot to mention something crucial about tomorrow's engagement.
Now's not a good time, Lavender. I'm in the middle of a very delicate process. Yes, a magical process.
What kind of process requires you to shout through the door like a guilty schoolboy? Open up, wizard.
Hey, it's a proven fact that magic flows better without restrictive clothing. It's in all the advanced spell books.
Restrictive clothing? Are you telling me you're... Oh, by the stars, you're not wearing anything, are you?
Well, not much, no. You know, magic requires freedom of movement. But hey, if that doesn't bother you, feel free to come in and join the floating furniture party.
I think I'll pass. Just sort yourself out before tomorrow.
Well played, wizard. A tactical retreat without lifting a finger, or a robe.
All right. Missed. You've made your point, but could you at least stop rearranging my workshop while you float around?
But your workshop looks so much better when it's in motion.
Ah yes, motion indeed. Now the workshop resembles a magical snow globe with chaos as its theme.
Oh, come now. Don't you enjoy a bit of levity? Your broom certainly seems to.
The cauldron wobbles, its stew sloshing over the sides and sending droplets of enchanted broth into the air.
If this stew stains my robes, I'm holding you personally responsible.
A jar of glitter explodes, sending a shimmering cloud across the room.
By the stars, now I look like I've been sneezed on by a fairy.
Perfect. A little sparkle suits you, wizard.
All right, that's enough. If you don't stop this madness right now,
You'll what? Ask me politely again?
And there it is, the wizard, utterly defeated by a mischievous mist. Truly a masterclass in magical humility.
All right, you meddlesome mist. You've had your fun. Now it's time to end this nonsense.
Oh, but where's the fun in that? You're always so serious, little wizard. Perhaps a little floating chaos is exactly what you need.
And so the workshop transforms further, a realm where logic and gravity have officially resigned. A book sails by, narrowly missing the wizard's head, as a jar of enchanted feathers bursts into the air.
My stew? That was lunch. Do you know how hard it is to find stardust carrots?
Oh, don't be so dramatic. A little spillage never hurt anyone.
All right. You win. What will it take to make you leave? Name your price, you glittery menace.
Oh, I'll bring everything back down, but first you must lighten yourself.
Lighten myself? What's that supposed to mean? I'm already hovering.
Not physically, silly wizard. Emotionally. You're weighed down by your worries, your seriousness, your constant need to be in control.
I am not. I'm perfectly balanced.
So here's my price. Shed a burden, a regret, or a secret. Something that makes you heavy. Only then will I return your precious gravity.
All right, fine. I'll share something, but only because I want my workshop back to normal.
Go on, little wizard. What's the secret that weighs on your oh-so-serious soul?
All right. One time, I may have accidentally turned the entire river into lemonade. It tasted great, but the fish were not amused. Took a week to fix.
Creative, but hardly a confession of great weight. Try again.
Whoa. Well, so, I never finished my wizardry certification.
The mist halts mid-swirl as if taken aback. Silence fills the room for a beat.
Never finished? How? Did you flunk out of spellcasting class?
No, I was perfectly capable, but I accidentally turned myself into a chair on the final exam day.
The mist erupts into uncontrollable laughter, swirling faster as books wobble precariously.
A chair? You, the mighty wizard, spent your big day as furniture? Oh, this is priceless.
And so the truth is revealed. Our wizard, master of magic, and apparently upholstery.
It wasn't that bad. I was a very sturdy chair. Excellent craftsmanship, if I say so myself.
Sturdy or not, you've lightened my essence enough to settle. A deal is a deal.
The mist begins to dissipate, and objects slowly descend back to their original places. I had no idea. You never finished your certification?
What? Oh, no, that was just a trick. A little joke to lighten the mood, you know?
Really? Then prove it. Show me your wizard certification.
Of course. Allow me to present my official wizard certification. By threads of time and magic's flow, bring this tale to its end. Let's go. With final spark and story's grace, take us forward. End this place.
A bright flash followed by the familiar hum of the workshop settling into silence. Wait, what just happened? Did you just skip to the end of the episode?
Well, you wanted proof, and I just proved I'm the master of timing. What more could you ask for? Consider this episode certified. Miss Lavender is happy, and her event was a full success. See you next time, dear listeners.
And so we part. The magic's done. The wizard's shortcut spoiled the fun. Stay curious, brave, and ever true. The whispers of magic will call for you.